Alright, so in this video we're going to look at the antiderivatives of the inverse trigonometric functions, or in other words, integration with those functions. And so getting right into it, here's what we're looking at. You've got these forms of your integrand that can lead to antiderivatives of one of these three forms, one of these three integrals that is an inverse trigonometric function. So really this is just matching, when you get this form in your integrand and recognizing that you've got one of these forms. And to be honest, most of the time you'll end up with number 1 or number 2. Number 3 can certainly happen, but usually it's an arcsine or an arctangent. And so looking at a couple of examples, in this one, I'm just matching the form here in this antiderivative. You go back to this form. In the example, you've got that a here is 2, right? Because 4 would be 2 squared. And u would be x, right? Because you've got x squared. And so you're just dropping those values. Instead of u, you're going to have x, and instead of a, you're going to have 2. And that gives you the antiderivative, of course, plus c. All right, so same thing on this one. There is a little bit, this one is maybe a little bit tricky in matching the form here. This is the value of a, right? It's got to be a number squared, and so we can think of this as, you can see over here, a is the square root of 2 squared, which gives you 2. And then the value of u is going to be 3x, because 3x all squared would give you 9x squared. And so you're just dropping those values in to the form here. A is root 2, and u is 3x. U is 3x. Now, you do get, right, so a is root 2, u is 3x. And you see that here, you've got an extra factor of 1/3 here, though, which comes from the u substitution. If you think about when you do du here, that would give you 3 dx, right? So you've got an extra factor of 3 when you do your derivative. And the way that's been written here is we can put a 3 in the numerator and compensate that with a 1/3 here. That's certainly one way to think about it, 1/3 outside of the integral. Or if you did a u sub, if you substituted u in for 3x, again, du would be 3 times dx. And so you've got to have this extra factor of 1/3 in front. Okay, and then again, I don't think this form pops up as much, but this matches the form of arcsecant, right? So u here and here have to be the same, and then you've got a squared. Okay, so in this example, right here is my u, which is 2x, and a is 3. Right, but this guy and this guy, the u have to be the same. So I've got to kind of force that to be a 2x, right? If I multiply by 2, that's fine. I just have to then put a 2 in the numerator here, and that's okay. So when you do the antiderivative, okay, you end up with 1 over a, and this is actually a typo. You end up with 1 over a arcsecant of u over a, but it looks like we forgot this extra factor of 2 right here, right? This 2 needs to be here, which would give us 2/3. Right, so a little bit of a typo, but that's okay. I think as long as you mostly have a and b down here, you will be in good shape. Okay, now sometimes you come to, in order to get your integrand in the right form, you have to complete the square. So completing the square is probably at this point something that you've seen at some point in your past. This slide is just a quick review of what that might look like, but let's just jump into it here. So we can actually perform this integral where we come out with an arctangent if we complete the square on the denominator. So I'm going to focus my attention just on the denominator. Okay, and what we're going to do is we rewrite these first two terms, right? So x squared minus 4x, and I would ideally leave myself a little bit of space right here, right? So the way that you complete the square is you take half of this coefficient and then you square it. So half of 4 is 2, 2 squared is 4, so I'm going to add 4, and then what I did is I compensated for adding 4 by subtracting it right back off. Okay, but what that does for me is now I've got this quantity squared, right? So this simplifies to x minus 2 squared, and the negative 4 and the plus 7 give me 3. Okay, so I put this in the form where this guy is a perfect square, and now if I rewrite my denominator, in that form, this fits the form of an arctangent integral where u is x minus 2 and a is the square root of 3, and so I just drop into that arctangent formula, and I don't have to worry about any extra factors because the derivative here of this guy is just 1. So we just end up with this integral dropping into that arctan formula. A is the square root of 3 and u is x minus 2. Okay, so you get to a point now where there's been a lot of rules of integration, and so it might be worth some time just to kind of go back and think about all the different rules of integration that you've encountered. And so here are some on this slide and then some more on the next slide. Of course, those are all in your textbook. And then just to kind of finish up, comparing some integrals that end up being different but look very similar. Okay, so you might recognize this first one in part A as an arcsecant. Right, that's just a direct application of that arcsecant formula that we just learned. Part B you can actually do with you can do it with a u sub. That's how it's been. I'm sorry. You can do it with the power rule, which is how it's been written here, or a u substitution. If you let x squared minus 1 be u, right, then your derivative would be 2x dx, and you can see how that would fit. So either way you want to think about that, right? You can evaluate, and you're just using the power rule, adding 1 to the exponent and dividing by that. Okay, to end up with your answer. The 1/2 would cancel. Okay, and then the last one, actually, we haven't studied a technique that would let us evaluate that one. Okay, so far, the first two we could do, but that third one, we don't have techniques for evaluating that. So it might be worth just a few minutes to kind of think about the different rules that you've learned and how those fit into these last couple of examples.